Good evening and hearty welcome to all the viewers. I am Madhuri, welcoming you to the launch event of PSLV-C53 DSAO mission being telecast live from the Mission Control Center at Satish Dhawan Space Center, Shar, Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh, the spaceport of India.
नमस्कार, शुभ संध्या। हम आप सभी दर्शकों का स्वागत करते हैं। मैं विकास स्वर्णकार सतीश धवन अंतरिक्ष केंद्र शार श्रीहरिकोटा से उपस्थित हूं इसरो के एक और नए मिशन में। आज का यह मिशन PSLV-C53 एक समर्पित वाणिज्यिक मिशन है। हमने पिछला मिशन PSLV-C52 EOS-04 के सफल प्रक्षेपण के साथ देखा और आज इसरो फिर से तैयार है अपने एक नए मिशन PSLV-C53 DSEO के लिए। तो हमारे साथ जुड़े रहिए, हम आपको समय समय पर मिशन के विवरण तथा अन्य जानकारियां उपलब्ध कराते रहेंगे।
The launch will take place today, the 30th of June 2022 at 18:02 hours Indian Standard Time from the second launch pad. Apart from DD National, the live telecast is also available on ISRO website, YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. The PSLV-C53 is a commercial mission to launch DSEO satellite weighing 365 kgs at an altitude of 570 kilometers orbit with semi-major axis of 6,948 kilometers with 10 degrees inclination, and it also carries two co-passenger satellites. The PSLV-C53 being launched today is a core-alone version of reliable and versatile PSLV. The launch is very special for ISRO for several reasons that we will narrate ahead.
इस समय प्रक्षेपण यान PSLV-C53 पूरी तरह तैयार अपने मिशन को पूरा करने के लिए और इसे द्वितीय प्रमोचन मंच से प्रमोचित किया जा रहा है। आज 30 जून 2022 को भारतीय मानक समय के अनुसार शाम 6:02 पर PSLV-C53 का प्रमोचन किया जाएगा। उड़ान की उल्टी गिनती 26 घंटे पहले शुरू हो चुकी है और उसी के साथ सारी तैयारियां भी पूरी कर ली गई हैं। कुछ अंतिम गतिविधियों तथा परीक्षणों के पश्चात प्रमोचन यान को प्रज्वलन के लिए सक्षम कर दिया जाएगा।
RS photo control, event number 395 confirmed. Roger.
Calling P1, photon pulsar.
28 minutes to go for the launch and the countdown is progressing.
P1 pulsar on.
यह प्रमोचन यान PSLV एक 4 चरणीय कोर अलोन संरूपण वाला प्रमोचन यान है, जिसमें प्रथम चरण में ठोस नोदक वाला S139 बूस्टर मोटर लगा हुआ है, द्वितीय चरण में तरल नोदक वाला मोटर है, तृतीय चरण में ठोस नोदक है तथा अंत में चतुर्थ चरण पर तरल नोदक वाला इंजन लगा हुआ है।
P2 पल्सर ऑन।
इस यान में 3 उपग्रह हैं जो अपने उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर सफर करेंगे। इनमें पहला है DSEO उपग्रह जो कि 365 kg का लघु उपग्रह है। द्वितीय उपग्रह न्योसार नामक 155 kg का लघु उपग्रह है। तीसरा उपग्रह इसमें स्कूप 1 नामक 2.8 kg का नैनो उपग्रह है। इन्हें इसी क्रम में इनके उद्दिष्ट कक्षा में अंतक्षेपित किया जाएगा। मुख्य उपग्रह DSEO को 6948.137 किलोमीटर के अर्ध दीर्घांश में 10 डिग्री के झुकाव के साथ इलिप्टिकल ऑर्बिट में स्थापित किया जाएगा। इसकी भूमध्य रेखा से ऊंचाई 570 किलोमीटर की होगी।
-27 minutes.
Weather is fine here in Sriharikota, clear sky, amenable for the launch.
MOTR, mobile MOTR, switch on radiation.
Today's launch marks the second
P4
launch
radiation is
mission
on.
by ISRO for the year 2022 and also the second time ever NSIL has undertaken a commercial mission. The viewers may recall that in 2021, NSIL achieved its first commercial mission with the launch of PSLV-C51 Amazonia 1.
Roger.
This also marks some more milestones like the 81st launch vehicle mission from SDSC Shar, 55th flight of the workhorse PSLV, and the 15th for the core alone variant of the launch vehicle. The recent most mission by ISRO was the launch of GSAT-24 communications satellite operating in Ku band on board Ariane 5 from the Kourou on 22nd June 2022. As we wait for the launch, we will bring to you the glimpses of integration activities of PSLV-C53 at the second launch pad.
Roger.
The campaign begins with the flagging off of nozzle end segment with core base shroud by Director SDSC Shar. The segment is being transported to the vehicle assembly building, where it is being handled carefully and precisely placed on the mobile launch pedestal. PS1, or the first stage, comprises of 5 segments: the nozzle end segment, 3 similar middle segments topped by head end segment. The visuals of the
Minus
middle
25
segment.
minutes.
These segments are processed and prepared in special facilities at the spaceport with utmost regard to quality and safety.
Roger.
That is the head-in segment. 300 segment joint for the S139 motor, a momentous occasion indeed. Assembly of igniter. Those are the RCT tanks. The second stage, or the PS2, being brought to the vehicle assembly building, tilted and integrated.
Roger.
आप अपनी स्क्रीन पर देख रहे हैं तृतीय चरण तथा चतुर्थ चरण को समायोजित किया जा रहा है। इसे पूर्ण परीक्षित कर लॉन्च पैड लाया जाता है। अब इसे फ्लैग ऑफ किया जा रहा है लॉन्च पैड के लिए। इसे प्रथम व्हीकल असेंबली बिल्डिंग पर लाया गया, जहां द्वितीय चरण तक संयोजन हो चुका था। इसके ऊपर तृतीय चरण तथा चतुर्थ चरण समायोजित कर दिए गए हैं और यह है DSEO उपग्रह। भी पूर्ण कर लॉन्च पैड ले जाएगा। अभी आप देख रहे हैं इसे ड्यूल लॉन्च अडेप्टर के ऊपर समायोजित कर दिया गया है। पूर्ण परीक्षित होकर यह भी VAB आया और अब इसे PSLV-C53 में समायोजित कर दिया गया। अब आप देख पा रहे हैं ऊष्मा कवच के अंदर इन्हें सुरक्षित कर दिया गया है। VAB में यह पूर्ण समायोजित PSLV-C53 इसे फ्लैग ऑफ कर दिया गया है और अब यह SLP-UT की तरफ बढ़ रहा है। पूर्ण समायोजित तथा परीक्षित होकर PSLV-C53 सुसज्ज है SLP-UT में।
Minus 22 minutes.
Visuals of the Mission Control Center. Experts keeping a close eye on the health parameters of launch vehicle and the satellites. The second launch pad has so far hosted 29 launches. Today's launch will be the 30th in all and 16th for PSLV.
Request all stations change over to channel 2 at T minus 20 minutes. No confirmation is needed to
अब हम प्रमोशन से करीबन 21 मिनट की दूरी पर प्रवचन की उल्टी गिनती 26 घंटे पहले शुरू हो चुकी है। इस दौरान गतिविधियां जैसे यान को पावर ऑन करना, सभी तंत्रों तथा नियंत्रण प्रणालियों की स्वास्थ्य जांच करना, तरल नोदक का भराव की स्थिति प्राप्त करना
Minus
तथा
21
उनका
minutes.
भराव शुरू करना, उपग्रह को पावर ऑन करना, बैटरी आवेशन, ऐसी सभी गतिविधियां संतोषजनक तरीके से पूर्ण की जा चुकी हैं।
Noted.
TCTC, SHAR 1 and 2
सभी
confirm
घटनाएं
normalcy of
पूर्व
all
निर्धारित होती
telemetry
हैं,
carriers.
इसलिए इन्हें सुनियोजित तरीके से पूर्ण किया जाता है।
Noted.
सभी वैज्ञानिक अभियंता अपने अपने चरण की जानकारी सुदूर बैठे स्थल पर मिशन नियंत्रण कक्ष पर देख पाते हैं।
Roger.
The countdown
Minus
time
20
for this
minutes.
particular
I
mission
request
has
all
been
stations
26
change
hours
over to
long,
channel 2.
commenced at 4 p.m. yesterday, during which the launch vehicle and the satellite systems have been checked. Onboard batteries were charged and liquid propellants, owing to this toxicity, were serviced with utmost regard to safety.
424 confirmed.
Meanwhile, the tracking systems gear up, verifying their coherence, and the meteorology instruments keep a constant vigil on the weather.
Vehicle Director Roger.
मौसम पूरी तरह अनुकूल प्रक्षेपण के लिए। वायु गति 5 मीटर प्रति सेकंड से कम है। आसमान खुला हुआ, नीला आकाश, अब कुछ ही क्षणों में सभी निदेशक
Minus 19
अपने
minutes.
अपना अनुमोदन मिशन निदेशक को देंगे।
ROD, all tracking systems are ready for PSLV-C53 DSEO mission launch.
ROD Roger.
PS4 to BTC, PS4 stage is ready for PSLV-C53 DSU mission.
COA to ROD, all range instrumentation systems are ready for PSLV-C53 DSE0 launch.
ROD Roger.
CDP to ROD, mission computers and real-time network are ready for the launch of PSLV-C53 DSEO mission.
ROD Roger.
RSO to ROD, range safety systems are ready for the launch of PSLV-C53 DSEO mission.
ROD Roger.
CNC to TTC director, all struck elements are ready for launch support of PSLV-C53 DSEO mission.
TTC Director Roger.
Minus 18 minutes.
This is Vehicle Director to Mission Director. All the system parameters of PSLV-C53 launch vehicle are normal and within specification. The launch vehicle is ready for PSLV-C53 DSEO mission.
Mission Director Roger.
अभी अभी आपने सुना उपग्रह निदेशक, टेलीमेट्री ट्रैकिंग निदेशक, रेंज सेफ्टी निदेशक तथा यान निदेशक अपनी अपनी सिस्टम की तैयारियों की जानकारी मिशन निदेशक को दे चुके हैं। अब कुछ ही क्षणों में मिशन निदेशक इस लॉन्च को PSLV-C53 को
Satellite Director to Mission
अनुमोदित
Director,
करेंगे।
DSEO satellite from Singapore is ready for PSLV-C53 launch.
Mission Director Roger.
LCC2, VLCC2, please note, timing confirmed, external hold mode.
ROD to Mission Director. Range is ready for PSLV-C53 DSEO launch.
Mission Director Roger.
TTC Director to Mission Director. TTC Director confirms readiness of all TTC network stations and communication link for supporting PSLV-C53 DSEO mission.
Mission Director Roger.
TCTC data loggers are on at SHA1 and SHA2.
Noted.
minus 16 minutes.
This is Mission
अभी आप
Director.
देख रहे हैं मिशन निदेशक ने चाबी घुमाकर इसे अनुमोदित किया.
Board have already given clearance for proceeding with the countdown and launch of PSLV-C53 DSEO mission. All operations in the countdown sequence till automatic launch sequence have been completed satisfactorily. Based on the clearance obtained from launch vehicle, spacecraft, range and extract network stations and prevailing favorable weather conditions, Mission Director hereby authorizes to initiate launch operation sequence for the launch of PSLV-C53 DSEO mission at 18:02 hours IST today, that is 30th of June 2022.
All stations to note, Mission Director has given authorization for launch.
Based on the authorization from Mission Director, Vehicle Director hereby authorizes to initiate the automatic launch sequence for the launch of PSLV-C53 DSEO mission at 18:02 hours IST today, 30th June.
Automatic launch sequence initiated for PSLV-C53 launch.
SDS servers activated. MC confirms reception of SHAR-1 and SHAR-2 data.
मिशन निदेशक के प्राधिकार के पश्चात यान निदेशक ने ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस शुरू करने का आदेश दिया और अब ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस शुरू हो चुका है. अब यान पूरी तरह ऑनबोर्ड कंप्यूटर के नियंत्रण पर है. इस दौरान ऑनबोर्ड कंप्यूटर पूरी गतिविधियों पर आंतरिक परीक्षण अनुक्रम चलाएगा और समय समय पर खुद ही प्रज्वलन का कमांड भी जारी कर देगा. अब यान पूरी तरह स्वचालित हो चुका है.
You have just watched Sri S.R. Biju, Project Director for PSLV and Mission Director for PSLV C53 DSEO mission, giving the clearance and authorizing the launch. And you've also seen a Vehicle Director announcing the start of automatic launch sequence. From about 14 minutes 30 seconds to the launch, further activities leading to the launch will be in the autonomous mode by the automatic launch sequence. The major checkout parameters of the launch vehicle and satellite will be taken care by the onboard computers.
PSLV C53 की उड़ान पूर्वी दिशा की ओर होने वाली है और इसमें शार, पोर्ट ब्लेयर, ब्रूने, ब्याक स्थित ग्राउंड ट्रैकिंग स्टेशंस की मदद से हम यान को ट्रैक करने वाले हैं.
Yes for actuation in progress.
आप देख रहे हैं गैलरी दर्शक दीर्घा से भरी हुई है. सभी इस पल का रोमांच लेने यहां उपस्थित हैं. आप देख पा रहे हैं सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ स्पेस और चेयरमैन इसरो श्री एस सोमनाथ.
Let me take this opportunity to also tell the viewers that SDSE SHAR has resumed to welcome the enthusiasts to witness the launch from its launch view gallery. We are about 11 minutes 30 seconds to the launch.
इस बीच आपको न्यू स्पेस इंडिया लिमिटेड के बारे में कुछ जानकारी दे दें। न्यू स्पेस इंडिया लिमिटेड 6 मार्च 2019 को गठित पूर्णतः भारत सरकार की कंपनी है जो अंतरिक्ष विभाग के अधीन है। NSIL के प्राथमिक उद्देश्य भारतीय उद्योगों को उच्च अंतरिक्ष प्रौद्योगिकी के लिए सक्षम बनाना है तथा भारतीय अंतरिक्ष उत्पाद और सेवाओं को समर्थन कर उनका व्यावसायिक उपयोग करना है। यह मिशन NSIL का दूसरा पूर्णतः वाणिज्यिक मिशन है। इससे पहले PSLV-C51 अमेजोनिया 1 नामक मिशन पे इनका पहला वाणिज्यिक मिशन था।
Let me explain about the launch vehicle configuration. The PSLV-C53 is core-alone version with alternate solid and liquid stages. 139 tons of solid propellant as the main booster called the PS1. It consists of 5 segments approximately 30 tons each. Core dia 2.8 meters, thrust 4,800 kilonewtons, action time of 108 seconds. The second stage of PSLV is based on liquid propulsion system with 41 tons propellant loading of UH-25 as fuel and N2O4 as oxidizer. The Vikas engine develops 799 kilonewtons thrust. The third stage of the rocket is called HPS-3. Its height is 3.6 meters, diameter 2 meters and uses 7.65 tons of propellant. The fourth stage is a liquid stage which is 2.5 meters in height, 1.34 meters in diameter and 1.6 tons of propellant loading. Monomethyl hydrazine is fuel and mixed oxides of nitrogen as oxidizer. The equipment bay is on the top of the fourth stage. The satellites are ensconced inside the payload fairing of 3.2 meters diameter. The overall height of PSLV is 44.4 meters and gross lift-off weight of PSLV core-alone version for the present mission is 228.4 tons.
अब हम उड़ान से 8 मिनट 30 सेकंड की दूरी पर सभी गतिविधियां सुचारू रूप से जारी हैं। ऑनबोर्ड कंप्यूटर इन्हें पूरा होने पर लॉन्च को सक्षम करेगा। PSLV एक ध्रुवीय उपग्रह प्रमोचक यान है। इसके 4 प्रकार के संरूपणों का प्रयोग इसरो में किया जाता है। इसके नाम हैं XL, QL, DL तथा CA। यह नितभार तथा कक्षा के अनुसार निश्चित किया जाता है कि कौन सा संरूपण इसमें उपयुक्त होगा। इन संरूपणों में एक्सेल संरूपण का 1675 केजी के नितभार को 600 किलोमीटर के ध्रुवीय कक्षा में पहुंचाने की क्षमता होती है। उसी तरह QL संरूपण में 1525 केजी के नितभार को ले जाने की तथा DL संरूपण में 1260 केजी तथा CA जो कि वर्तमान प्रमोचक यान है कोर अलोन, इसकी 1020 केजी के नितभार को 600 किलोमीटर तक ले जाने की क्षमता होती है। वर्तमान में पूरे उपग्रहों को मिलाकर कुल 523 केजी के नितभार हैं। CA संरूपण में इससे पहले 14 सफल प्रमोचन हो चुके हैं तथा ये 15वां प्रमोचन इस संरूपण में है। अब हम 6 मिनट 45 सेकंड प्रमोचन से दूर।
Speaking about the flight sequence which will be followed today, the reaction control thrusters are fired 2.8 seconds before launch. At liftoff, that is at T0, the core stage or the first stage will be ignited. While the first stage is burning with tail-off thrust, the alleged rocket will be fired to give the necessary inertia to the second stage for ignition. During the regime of first stage, the launch vehicle would have reached 51 kilometers altitude and would have gained a velocity close to
Minus 6
1.4
minutes.
kilometers per second relative to Earth. 108 seconds flight elapsed time, the PS1 will separate and the PS2 is ignited 200
External power
milliseconds
remote.
later. Crossing the dense atmosphere marks two flight events, the jettisoning of the heat shield and the initiation of closed-loop guidance.
Flight
The
coefficient
total
loading
burn
started.
time of PS2 is 150 seconds and it is then separated from the ongoing launch vehicle. Then the third stage, called the HPS-3
Flight
stage,
coefficient
is
loading
ignited.
completed.
Following a 126 seconds burn time, the PS-3 is burnt out but continues to coast along with the ongoing launch vehicle. The stage separates another 200 seconds later. The PS4 or the fourth stage is ignited 300 seconds later from the separation of PS3. The burn time of PS4
Minus
is
5 minutes.
133 seconds. During the burn regime of PSLV's fourth stage, the orbital parameters for the injection of the prime
MC
satellite
confirms reception
DSEO
of
are
radar
achieved.
data.
Thereafter, the dual launch adapter will be separated, followed by the injection of co-passenger satellites NewSAR and Scoop 1 into the orbit. PS4 thereafter will continue to stay in orbit as a stabilized platform for experiments. We are 4.5 minutes away from the launch time. The countdown progressing smoothly. On your screens now, Chairman ISRO and Secretary DOS, Shri S. Somnath.
Minus 4 minutes.
इसरो में विज्ञान एवं
5 and 1
प्रौद्योगिकी
battery
क्षेत्र
on.
में हमेशा कुछ न कुछ नवीन होता रहता है। इसरो इसमें सदैव तत्पर रहते हैं
Onboard computer in
और
flight
नए
mode.
नए अनुसंधान तथा परीक्षण करते रहते हैं। वैसा ही एक नवीन उपाय के तहत अपना उद्देश्य पूर्ण किए हुए PS4 चतुर्थ चरण PSLV के उनको पुनः त्रिअक्षीय स्थिर माइक्रोग्रेविटी के प्रयोग में लाया जाएगा। इन प्रयोगों का उद्देश्य छोटे वैज्ञानिक निर्धारों को 4 से 6 महीनों के लिए कक्षीय प्रयोगों को पूरा करना होता है। PS4 प्लेटफॉर्म में
Minus
इसकी
3 minutes.
विशेषता इस संदर्भ में यह है कि इस चरण में मानक इंटरफेस, पावर उत्पादन, टेलीमेट्री, टेलीकमांड, स्थिरता, अक्ष में सुनियोजित परिचालन तथा रखरखाव की पूरी सुविधाएं उपलब्ध होती हैं। इस बार PSLV-C53 में प्रमोचन यान में भी यह चतुर्थ चरण में उपयोग किया जाएगा। इन कक्षीय प्रयोगों में पहली बार किया जा रहा है। जब PS4 स्टेज एक स्थिरीकृत प्लेटफॉर्म के रूप में पृथ्वी की परिक्रमा करेगा, तब यह प्रयोग किया जाएगा। एक समर्पित NGC तंत्र, जिसे नेविगेशन गाइडेंस एंड कंट्रोल कहा जाता है, इसके उपयोग से अभिवृत्ति स्थिरीकरण प्राप्त किया जाएगा। इसे PSLV ऑर्बिटल एक्सपेरिमेंटल मॉड्यूल कहा जाता है, शॉर्ट में POEM, पोएम।
Minus 2 minutes.
इस बार PSLV-C53 में 6 निर्धारों का वहन करेगा, जिसमें 2 भारतीय अंतरिक्ष स्टार्टअप मेजर्स दिगंतरा तथा मेजर्स ध्रुव एरोस्पेस के हैं और इन्हें इनस्पेस और NSIL के माध्यम से शामिल किया गया है। अब हम प्रमोचन से 1 मिनट 30 सेकंड की दूरी पर सभी गतिविधियां सामान्य रूप से जारी हैं। दर्शकों के लिए बहुत ही रोमांच का पल होता है। न सिर्फ दर्शकों के लिए, यहाँ उपस्थित वैज्ञानिक जिन्होंने दिन रात एक कर प्रमोचन यान तैयार किया है, तथा उपग्रह तैयार किए हैं, उनके लिए भी यह बहुत ही रोमांच का समय होता है।
-1 minute. -55 seconds.
All subs armed.
-50 seconds.
All sequences armed.
-45 seconds. -40 seconds.
PHPP open.
-35 seconds. -30 seconds.
Real-time programs activated.
-25 seconds.
PSPP open.
-20 seconds. -15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, +1, +5 seconds.
Stop normal.
P1 tracking.
P3 tracking. P2 tracking.
PSLV-C53
Stage performance
DSEO
normal.
मिशन सफलतापूर्ण उत्थापन अभी हमने देखा। गर्जना करता हुआ PSLV-C53 आकाश में, आप देख सकते हैं कितना साफ नजारा है, बहुत ही रोमांच भरा नजारा।
That's a marvelous liftoff, and the PS1 performance is according to the expectations for this mission.
First stage performance normal.
प्रथम चरण का निष्पादन सामान्य।
SHAR-1 is in main auto. SHAR-2 is
minute.
in main auto.
अपनी उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर बढ़ता हुआ PSLV-C53
Thrust developed during the firing of first stage is 4,800 kilonewtons.
R2 tracking SCBT1.
यह चरण प्रथम चरण है जो
First
कि
stage performance normal.
108.2 सेकंड तक चलेगा। इस दौरान इस चरण में 4,846 किलोन्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न होता है और वह प्रमोचन यान को 50 किलोमीटर की दूरी प्रदान करता है।
It is 1 minute 45 seconds from launch, and the altitude attained is 49 kilometers. At 51
First stage
kilometers,
separated. Second stage engine started. Closed loop guidance initiated.
+2 minutes.
प्रथम चरण पृथक कर दिया गया है यान से तथा द्वितीय चरण का प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है।
Second stage performance normal.
you can see the flight events on your TV screens. The recent one has been the initiation of closed loop guidance, and PS2 currently operating.
जी हाँ,
It is 2.5 minutes from the launch.
द्वितीय चरण 150 सेकंड का होगा।
Second
इस
stage
दौरान
performance
यह 800
normal.
किलोन्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न कर यान को 174 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई प्रदान करेगा। इस चरण के दौरान दो मुख्य घटनाएं हो रही हैं।
Payload fairing separated.
अभी अभी आपने देखा ऊष्मा कवच पृथक हो चुका है यान से तथा यान क्लोज लूप गाइडेंस के अंतर्गत है। अब इसका अर्थ है अब जायरोस्कोप और एक्सेलरोमीटर की मदद से अपनी दिशा निर्धारण कर रहा है। घने वातावरण से बाहर जाने की वजह से
Second stage
अब
performance
ऊष्मा कवच की
normal.
जरूरत नहीं है, इसलिए उसे पृथक कर दिया गया है।
Shar and Port Blair stations currently tracking the launch vehicle trajectory. The second stage of PSLV increases the velocity of ongoing launch vehicle from
Second
1.4
stage
kilometers
performance
per
normal.
second to 4 kilometers per second.
Plus 4 minutes.
द्वितीय चरण का प्रदर्शन सामान्य। अब कुछ ही सेकंड्स में यह बंद हो पृथक किया जाएगा यान से। उसके तुरंत बाद ही तृतीय चरण का प्रज्वलन शुरू होगा।
Third stage ignited.
The second stage has been separated and the third stage, called the PS3, has begun
Third
its
stage
operation.
performance normal.
It is a solid propellant-based motor. It increases the relative velocity from 4 to 7.2 kilometers per second for the mission requirements. Thrust developed is 240 kilonewtons.
PS3 का प्रज्वलन काल 125 सेकंड का होगा। इस दौरान यह 335 किलोन्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न करेगा।
Third stage performance normal.
तृतीय चरण का निष्पादन पूरी तरह सामान्य। तृतीय चरण के अंत तक यान की गति 7.259 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड होगी।
Third stage performance normal.
The total burn time for HPS-3 is 132 seconds.
Plus 6 minutes.
In this duration, it will add 60 kilometers to the altitude.
अब कुछ ही क्षणों में PS3
Third stage
बर्नआउट हो
action
जाएगा।
completed.
जी हाँ, प्रज्वलन समाप्त हो चुका है HPS-3 का।
Vehicle in combined hosting phase.
अब यह कंबाइंड कोस्टिंग फेज पर है, जिसे हम PS3 PS4 कोस्टिंग फेज कहते हैं। यह फेज 200 सेकंड तक चलेगा। तत्पश्चात PS3 को पृथक कर दिया जाएगा।
Plus 7 minutes.
अब हम 420 सेकंड की दूरी पर आ चुके हैं। सापेक्ष गति 7.2 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड तथा ऊंचाई है 270 किलोमीटर।
Now, though the third stage has completed its action, it continues to coast along with the fourth stage and the spacecraft. It will do so for the next 200 seconds, during which time there is 129 kilometers gain in the altitude. The coast phase exists while the rocket is 1000 to 2370 kilometers downrange from the launch port.
Vehicle performance normal.
Port Blair and Brunei stations tracking presently.
Plus 8 minutes.
यान के सभी तंत्र सामान्य काम करते हुए अपने उद्दिष्ट दिशा को पूरी तरह अनुसरण करता हुआ PSLV-C53
Vehicle performance normal.
There is no thrust being developed presently, but the launch vehicle continues to be controlled.
जी हाँ, इस दौरान
+9 minutes.
हमारे ग्राउंड स्टेशंस जैसे शार, पोर्ट ब्लेयर, ब्रूने, बैक ग्राउंड स्टेशंस में से वर्तमान में ब्रूने तथा ब्याक ग्राउंड स्टेशन यान के आंकड़े हम तक पहुंचा रहे हैं। अब कुछ ही क्षणों में हम देखेंगे PS3 स्टेज का पृथकीकरण।
Third stage separated.
There is a confirmation from the Range Operations Director that the third stage has been separated.
Vehicle performance normal.
The fourth stage and spacecraft are following their intended trajectory very closely. PS4 is yet to be ignited.
रेंज ऑपरेशन डायरेक्टर अपनी नज़र इसमें बनाए रखते हैं और उन्होंने घोषणा की है PS3 को पृथक कर दिया गया है तथा यान अपने सुनिश्चित पथ पर बढ़ता हुआ। अब यह PS4 कोस्टिंग फेज में है। यह फेज करीब 304.6 सेकंड्स तक चलेगा। उसके पश्चात PS4 इंजन को इग्नाइट किया जाएगा।
+11 minutes.
PSLV का चतुर्थ चरण PS4 व अंतिम चरण है जो कि तरल नोदक पर आधारित चरण है। इसका प्रज्वलन काल 132.6 सेकंड का होगा और यह कुल 14.66 किलो न्यूटन का प्रणुद उत्पन्न कर उपग्रह को उनकी उद्दिष्ट कक्षा में स्थापित करेगा। इन उपग्रहों में सर्वप्रथम DSEO उपग्रह को अंतक्षेपित किया जाएगा।
Vehicle performance
उसके
normal.
पश्चात क्रमशः DLA, न्यूसार तथा स्कूप 1 को अंतक्षेपित किया जाएगा।
For this mission, the PS4 will function as PSLV Orbital Experimental Module or the POEM activity, which performs in-orbit scientific experiments using the spent PS4 stage as an orbital platform. This is the first time that PS4 stage would orbit the Earth as a stabilized platform. Attitude stabilization is achieved using a dedicated navigation, guidance and control system. POEM derives the power from the solar panels mounted around the PS4
Vehicle
tank
performance normal.
and the lithium-ion battery. It navigates using 4 sun sensors, a magnetometer, gyro and Navig. POEM carries 6 payloads, including 2 from Indian space startups Messrs Digantara and Messrs Dhruva Space, enabled through InSpace and NSIL.
+13 minutes.
अब हम प्रमोचन से 800 सेकंड की दूरी पर आ चुके हैं। यान पूरी तरह सामान्य प्रदर्शन करता हुआ और अपनी उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर बढ़ता हुआ।
Vehicle performance normal.
PSLV को यूं ही भारत का विश्वसनीय यान नहीं कहा जाता। PSLV अब तक 54 उड़ानें कर चुका है। उसमें 3 विकासशील उड़ानें थी तथा 51 वाणिज्यिक मिशन रहे हैं। इनमें से कुल 53 उड़ानें पूर्णतः सफल रही हैं। इस तरह PSLV की विश्वसनीयता संख्या 97.3% है और इस कारण से ही इसे इसरो का वर्कहॉर्स भी कहा जाता है। इसके 4 संरूपणों का उपयोग इसरो में किया जाता है। अलग अलग निदभार तथा कक्षा के अनुसार इनका चयन किया जाता है। वर्तमान में PSLV-C संरूपण में समायोजित यह यान करीब 523 kg के निदभारों को 570 किलोमीटर की दीर्घवृत्ताकार कक्षा में स्थापित करने जा रहा है। अब कुछ ही क्षणों में हम देखेंगे PS4 का प्रज्वलन।
Fourth stage engine started.
Plus 15 minutes.
Fourth stage performance normal.
The fourth stage has been ignited and it's developing intended thrust. It operates till the orbital parameters for the injection of satellites are achieved. We are 15 minutes 30 seconds from the launch. The altitude is 553 kilometers.
Fourth stage performance normal.
चतुर्थ चरण PSLV-C53 का सामान्य प्रदर्शन करता हुआ और अपनी उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर बढ़ता हुआ सर्वप्रथम DSEO की कक्षा प्राप्त की जाएगी जो कि 570.5 किलोमीटर की है तथा इसे 7.07 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड की सापेक्ष वेग से अंतक्षेपित किया जाएगा।
Fourth stage performance normal.
Bayak and Brunei stations are still tracking. Speaking about the satellites taking ride in this mission, the prime satellite DSEO is a 365 kg Singaporean satellite that carries an electro-optic multispectral payload with good imaging capability that will provide full color images for land classification and serving humanitarian assistance and disaster relief
Satellite
needs.
injection conditions are achieved.
Now the PS4 is realigning itself to the correct attitude for the satellite separation.
अंतक्षेपण की स्थितियां प्राप्त की जा चुकी हैं। अब कुछ ही क्षणों में DSEO उपग्रह, नियोसार उपग्रह, स्क्रूप 1 उपग्रह जो कि सिंगापुर के हैं उन्हें अंतक्षेपित किया जाएगा। अभी आप ऑनबोर्ड कंप्यूटर की मदद से यह कैमरा व्यू देख पा रहे हैं
DSEO satellite separated.
मुख्य उपग्रह DSEO को अंतक्षेपित कर दिया गया है उनके उद्देश्य कक्षा में।
Indeed, a jubilant moment here in Mission Control Center as the prime satellite DSEO has been injected into its intended orbit. You've been watching the onboard camera visuals. Next is the dual launch adapter separation, following which NeoSAR, Singapore's first small commercial satellite carrying a SAR payload, will separate.
अभी कुछ ही क्षणों में हम साक्षी बनेंगे न्यूसार तथा स्कूप 1 उपग्रह के अंतःक्षेपण के।
NewSAR satellite separated. Scoop 1 satellite separated. PSLV-C53 DSEO mission accomplished. Handing over to mission director.
PSLV-C53 has successfully injected DSEO primary satellite and 2 other satellites into the desired orbit. PSLV-C53 DSEO mission is fully accomplished.
Having deployed the DSEO NewSAR in Scoop 1 satellites, the PSLV-C53 has accomplished its mission successfully. Hearty congratulations to the satellite customers, another feather in the cap of ISRO. And as we take leave from you, do continue to stay healthy and happy. Stay tuned for the address by Secretary DOS and Chairman ISRO.
जी हाँ, हर्ष का पल यहाँ सभी तीनों उपग्रह उनके उद्दिष्ट कक्षा में अंतःक्षेपित कर दिए गए हैं और इसके साथ ही PSLV-C53 DSEO मिशन सफलतापूर्ण हासिल कर ली गई। इसके साथ ही हम आपसे आज्ञा लेते हैं। नमस्कार।
Good evening to all of you. PSLV-C53 has placed the customer satellites of NSIL, DSEO, NewSAR and Scoop 1 in the precise orbit of 570 km with a 10-degree inclination. So congratulations to NSIL for accomplishing this yet another major mission in this month, June itself. The first being the GSAT-24 launch. Currently the satellite is in orbit, drifting to its intended location. So with today's mission, all these 3 satellites are placed in the right orbit. And I hope that the further activities of the satellites will be taken up and the mission will be a complete success for our customers. And I wish all the very best to NSIL for major missions to take up in the coming days using PSLV. And PSLV is waiting for that to happen. Many more missions are on the way for the customers all across the globe to come and get successfully placed in orbit. So let me wish once again all the very best to PSLV team for this wonderful accomplishment, proving the high reliability and availability of PSLV for the global customers. I also want to tell that after the primary mission, the PSLV 4th stage is now going to write some poems in orbit. The PSLV orbital experimental module is going to be functional after this, taking over the control of the 4th stage from the primary mission computer to another computer which will take on from that. And the PSLV 4th stage will be a stage which is powered, generating power on board and stabilized with attitude control, and also having certain experiments hosted by some of the very young startups enabled by InSpace, the Dhruva and Digandra. They have hosted their payloads for experiments on board PSLV, and these experiments will continue, and we will get details about its functioning in the next orbit. Until then, let me thank you and wish all the very best to all of you for watching this launch of PSLV once again from Sriharikota. So let me wish all the very best once again and then invite the mission director, Sri Biju, for his comments.
Good evening to all. A special good evening to all my colleagues and friends in different control centers as well as ground stations spread geographically at different locations. A few seconds back, all of us have witnessed a wonderful launch of PSLV. PSLV-C53, which is PSLV in its 55th launch, that is PSLV-C53, has majestically taken off from the second launch pad and injected 3 satellites, 3 precious satellites in their desired orbits. PSLV was in a different configuration this time. It is the core alone configuration, and we are coming back to SLP with this variant of PSLV after a pretty long time. So we had to introduce certain changes, And also in vehicle systems, we had introduced some other changes to ease or to improve the productionization of PSLV so that we can keep meeting the growing demands of customers. And all those changes which we have implemented have yielded results. I profusely thank our New Space India Limited for having reposed their faith in ISRO and PSLV and for having selected us for taking this prestigious customers to their desired orbits. I also wish our satellite team a wonderful time in space, maybe even surpassing their design life. I wish you all the best, sir. With this, usually our mission would have been completed and probably my words here also would have ended. But as our beloved chairman has hinted here, we have set our eyes really high in this particular mission. C-53, even after injection of the satellites, is continuing its mission. It is a secondary mission as far as the PSLV is concerned, and the details have been given by our chairman ISRO. PSLV, as you know, it is a four-stage vehicle. After first stage, second stage, third stage, the functions are over. Those will be ejected, and PS4 will take the satellite into its desired orbit. Once the orbit is achieved, PS4 will eject the satellite into the orbit, and it will continue on its own. From this point, we thought we will take over PSLV. We will give some energy to PS4 and try to do some very cost-effective experiments which can satisfy the growing demands of startups, of our student community, as well as our scientific community, because the platform is available. Left to itself, it would have probably taken its own course, it would have tumbled, it would have wobbled, or it would have somersaulted, all those things. But given some energy, probably we will be able to continue the active PS4 for some more time so that the platform is available, all the resources are available, you keep some payloads, you keep some scientific payloads there, and definitely it can serve a secondary purpose also. That is where we have set our eyes this time. And definitely we are going to achieve it. We are targeting that. And this particular idea for this mission was conceptualized and implemented in almost a record time of something like 3 to 4 months, maybe in 3 months' time. And it is effectively, as I told, 2 missions rolled into 1 mission. Effectively, 2 missions rolled into 1 mission. So, huge effort has gone in from all centers. In fact, for this particular mission, all centers of ISRO have contributed, and the dedication and the extremely hard work put in by all members of Team ISRO is yielding results. I salute all of you for the wonderful contribution you have given. I also thank profusely our review forums, different review forums, as well as our administrative as well as auxiliary systems, services for supporting us throughout the entire campaign as well as realization of this vehicle. I also thank my own project team being led by Sri Srikanth as well as Sri M. Jalal, Vehicle Director and Associate Vehicle Director, who always are on their toes to ensure that only high reliable systems are getting into the vehicle. I also thank all our industry partners spread over different areas of the country for delivering high quality systems for this vehicle. Before winding up, I would like to acknowledge the sincere contribution as well as the untiring support being given by all our family members, our parents, our siblings, our kids, our spouses, everyone, because without this, definitely a mission of this dimension will not be possible. I salute them also for facilitating us to keep on contributing to ISRO so that always the name ISRO or the flag of ISRO, which is the pride of our country, flies higher and higher. I once again thank each and every one of you, particularly our seniors, our mentors, as well as members of very senior professors of our erstwhile MRR forum who continues to guide us, even personally calling us and giving very precious pieces of advice as well as guidance just to ensure that PSLV success saga continues. I once again thank each and every one of you for this wonderful mission that we have witnessed now. Thank you, good night.
I invite Sri Radhakrishnan, CMD NSIL, for his comments.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. NSILS, first of all, let me extend a very hearty congratulations to Team ISRO for supporting New Space India Limited in undertaking such a precious mission for our Singapore customer. In fact, NSIL is really excited to see the successful launch of PSLV-C53 with all the 3 Singapore satellites that were on board. As you are all seen, a beautiful deployment of all the 3 satellites. Primarily, if you look at this particular mission, DSEO was the primary in this particular mission with 365 kg of mass meant for Earth observation. And another innovative thing that has been carried out in this particular mission from the customer perspective was the launch of NewSAR, which is a microsatellite with synthetic aperture radar kind of capability, again for the Earth observation purposes. The third satellite was COBE, which was a technology demonstrator. And I think as we witnessed this beautiful launch, I don't think the customer would have asked anything more than the kind of precision with which the orbit was deployed, the 570 kilometer with 10-degree inclination. It was really a very momentous day for all of us. In fact, our association with the Singapore customer has been quite long. And this is the second time they have given us an opportunity to undertake the dedicated mission. As we used to always discuss, whenever we work with the Singapore team, we feel the kind of technical and the personal relationship we share. We never felt we are taking a customer satellite mission. It was more like a national mission that we have been undertaking. I'm sure, I think in the years, Singapore will look forward to us for supporting them in all their future launch and space endeavor. And before I conclude, I would like to join Chairman ISRO, Secretary DOS also to say that in a span of 1 week, this is the 2 big missions New Space India Limited has undertaken. As you may be knowing, a week back on 22nd of June, we had the successful launch of our communication satellite from Kourou. And in the next 7 days, we have this big mission that has been undertaken. I really thank all the teams here for supporting us. And I'm sure in the coming months and years, we'll have many more dedicated missions coming up from New Space India Limited, both for national and international customers. With this, I just conclude. Thank you once again, and congratulations to all of you. Jai Hind.
Let me offer my thanks to each and every one of you across the ISRO centers for contributing to this mission, and also for all those who are watching this program live and supporting Indian Space Research Organization and Department of Space for our endeavor to make our country proud on having our capability to build, launch, and have the space program very effective for our country. Thank you so much once again.
आप देख रहे हैं डीडी नेशनल, इंडिया का अपना चैनल।